We're going to need to score at least one more time, Pat. We're going to need to score at least one more.
Travis Kelce was right. As the Chiefs began their final possession, the score was tied at 35.
Hey! All the marbles on the line for each other, baby. For each other. Set!
Here comes pressure to the outside. As Mahomes steps up, he's going to scramble. He's at the 40, bad ankle. 30, bad ankle. Don't underestimate how tough Patrick Mahomes is.
Mahomes takes the snap. He's back. He is firing, and it is incomplete. But there's a penalty flag thrown.
Holding! What they call?
Holding. Number 24. Defense. Automatic. First down.
It's game.
Here is Butker to attempt a 27-yard field goal.
Come on, Harry. Drill this, y'all.
35-35 tie. 11 seconds left to go in regulation of Super Bowl 57.
Winchester the snap. The hold by Townsend. Kick is away and good!
For the second time in 4 seasons, the Lombardi Trophy has a red and gold reflection.
Way to go. Congratulations. Go celebrate. Go celebrate. I love it.
Thank you, man.
No, you're good.
One is year of my life. I love it, big guy.
Yeah, I love it too. Go celebrate.
I know how I feel. I know how I feel about this game, and I got it because of the passion that he plays with. And yeah, losing a Super Bowl ain't fun. I'll tell you that. So yeah, but it was awkward. It still is, and I still feel for him. But it had to be my guy. How about it, Joe? It's Mama! Mama! I'm so happy. I love you, Mama. How about this, Mama? I had the week of your life, I had the year of my life. How about this, huh?
Love you. I ain't never seen nothing like you. You different. You different. I love you. I love you to death, baby, man. Damn you.
I remember him saying you're different. It's a cool moment. I mean, I got to watch my dad growing up, and for him to be able to watch me in those big moments, neither one of us thought it would ever be football, but I'm glad that it turned out to be football and that we were able to enjoy that moment together.
I had to hug him every time I see him, you know?
Chris, listen, you're a special guy. You got a big heart. It don't ever change that way. You know what I'm saying?
I get 95 up here. I get 95. Just get 95. Just 95. At first, I think they just wanted me and then Kelce, and I was just saying Chris Jones is a bigger part of this as we are. 95. My dog. Love you, dog. Love you, my dog.
Nice to see you again. It's nice to see you again. It's nothing like it, man. It's not like the first feeling, because that first feeling is like, oh my God, I can't even believe I got here. Second feeling is like, damn, I miss you. I freaking miss you. You don't even know how hard I had to work to get back to you. There's a lot of things that go through your mind. At the end of the day, you're just so freaking happy that you're able to hold it. Just the history of it, how much glory it has, how much people desire to be in that moment. There's no better feeling. I've been fortunate to do it twice with just about the same group of guys, man. That's why I call this place in Kansas City my home. That's why I call it. You know, a lot of people in this building, my family.
officially back. We're just a few short hours away from kickoff of the 2023 season. You see Chiefs Kingdom loud and proud at Arrowhead Stadium. Cynthia's Detroit Lions visiting the Super Bowl, defending champions Kansas City as we get this thing started. And guess what? You guys are in the right spot right after us. Game day kickoff, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on NFL Network. But in the meantime, you get the next hour with the three of us.
Oh my
Welcome
God.
in, everybody, to NFL Fantasy Live. Kimmy Checks, Adam Rank, the beautiful Cynthia Freeland right here in the middle. And you guys, we've made it. There's no more like preseason games and crazy things that we need to think about. It's real. We see real football on the field tonight. We also have real lineups to set. How many leagues are you guys both in this year?
I'm only in 6.
Only 6. Okay.
Only 6.
That's a good
That's a
number.
good. I had to keep it under.
Anything above 6 is excessive.
And what? How many are you in?
17.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
17. But you know what? It's my job. Like, a lot of people are like, how do you keep up with it? I'm like, it's literally my job. It's not like my boss walks over with a cigar in his mouth and goes, hey, why are you working on your fantasy? They encourage me to be working on my fantasy teams.
The overachiever, Adam Rick. I'm only in 3 this year. I got a newborn. I got other things to worry about.
Oh my gosh.
But let's go ahead and get to the news. There's so much to cover today. So let's get to a little bit of In Case You Missed It. As you probably heard, Travis Kelce is a game-time decision after hyperextending his knee in practice this week. NFL Media's Tom Pelissero and James Palmer report that he's going to work out the knee in pregame before a decision is made. So a little bit of optimism there. But the only hint the team gave us is that they did elevate a tight end from the practice squad, Matt Bushman. So what are we doing with this situation, Rick? I know you were talking about it earlier. A lot of people tweeting at us and kind of asking questions on what happened.
That's all my text messages today.
Yeah.
Everybody asking about this situation. And I will say this about Travis Kelce. If he is available to play this evening, you got to play him. Because if you're picking up somebody off the waiver wire, what are you hoping for? Like, what is the best case scenario? That player catches a touchdown. Well, who's more likely to catch a touchdown? Chigakonkwo or Travis Kelce on one leg? I'll go with Travis Kelce on one leg. He's not going to get 112 receiving yards and a pair of touchdowns, but he can get you about 36 yards, maybe a touch. I'll go with that. I'll roll the dice there. But if he is out and he's ruled out and he's not available for you, some of the players available on the waiver wire, I'm looking at Juwan Johnson. I really love.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah, I love this Saints offense this season. I think that people have slept on Derek Carr for far too long. They're going to get a real opportunity to see what he can do. This is an offense that is built to him, that's going to be tailored to his game. And I think with Chris Olave out there stretching the defenses, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Juwan Johnson in the middle of the field. So I would pick him up and I would start him if Travis Kelce is not able to go.
All right, Rank. So some good tight end insights there. Some more news. This one coming here from L.A. Another potential first-round fantasy pick. This guy right here, Cooper Kupp. He's already been ruled out for Week 1. Kupp re-aggravated an earlier hamstring injury this week, and now head coach Sean McVay is suggesting it could be a nerve issue, with even a trip to the injured reserve not off the table completely. So we'll deal with that when we know a bit more. But for now, Cynthia, looking at this Rams team, who do you see getting a bump up in this offense?
Well, actually, the tight end gets a bump up for me. Why? Well, Tyler Higbee's opportunity against the Seattle Seahawks, which last season allowed the most fantasy points per game to the tight end position. That's the one that feels like the more sure answer here. Now, you could look at a Van, you could look at a Puka, you could look at a Tutu, but you could look at all 3 of those. I just don't feel certain as to which one will really get the nice volume uptick, and you probably didn't spend a high-round draft pick on any of them, so you could probably wait to see who gets the volume in the wide receiving core, but Tyler Higbee should be a good pick for your fantasy situation.
All right, so that's the news, tight end heavy here at the top.
All tight ends.
But there's still so much more to come, including some fantasy predictions later on in the show. We got the biggest stars. How are they going to do tonight? We need them to come out on top. Will that happen? Or will you be skirting into the weekend with a little bit of worry? That's here to come on NFL Fantasy Live. But let's talk about this game tonight. The last time we saw these 2 stars, we got literal fireworks, you guys. 11 total touchdowns, nearly 900 passing yards, and 71 fantasy points between the 2. Will that happen again tonight?
One of the greatest regular season games.
And the game was won on a defensive, of all of those things, we saw all of the offense, and it was won on the defense. That's wild. That game was wild.
And Ric Flair was there.
Yeah, he was.
It was wild.
Yeah.
There's gonna be wildness tonight as well. But I want to lock in here and talk about the Chiefs. We're gonna call this All Hail to the Chiefs.
I know.
And
this show's really live.
How do I turn it on?
All hail to the
show's really
Chiefs
live.
here.
I gotta go pick up my daughter.
What do you think fantasy managers need to know about this Chiefs squad? Not necessarily tonight, but just season long as well.
Well, I think that Patrick Mahomes obviously is worth either #1 or #2 or maybe #3 in terms of total quarterback points for the entire season. I think everyone knows that. That one feels like a pretty obvious one. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper here with these next two. I'm looking at Isaiah Pacheco. Now, the interesting part about him is that with Chris Jones out, so Chris Jones holding out, we don't know when he'll be back. That news has kind of gotten overshadowed by Travis Kelce for tonight. But I think that one way that this will impact the run game is that they're going to want to run more often. Slow the clock down so that you don't have as much of an impact from your best defensive player not being on the field. So specifically tonight, I think that the opportunity to run against the Lions is pretty good still. And also going forward, as long as Chris Jones is out, you're going to want to give an uptick to the run game. And last but not least, Sky Moore. When I'm looking at his opportunity to step up this season, I think that it's interesting to note how often he lined up in the slot. I'm just saying last year, we can't acknowledge...
He was being attacked on the radio today, and that was upsetting me. I love Sky Moore.
Not by me.
Not by you.
I wasn't attacking. I'm saying he's good. I'm saying he's lined up in the right spot, and he's got the right quarterback.
Slot,
right. That's where Patrick Mahomes likes to throw the ball, so... Go ahead.
All
right, well,
Sky Moore.
We'll see those three guys obviously tonight, but season long as well. All viable options in fantasy. But let's not only talk Kansas City. We need to give some love to the Detroit Lions in the other side of the ball as well. If we had All Hail the Chiefs, let's call this one No Lion. They got some star power as well. Rank, you handle this squad.
Well, I'm not going to tell any lies when I say that Jared Goff finished the season exceptionally well last year. As a matter of fact, from weeks 13 through 18, he was the quarterback too. And one of the biggest things, he just didn't throw interceptions. And that was amazing. And this was a top 5 offense last season. And if they did not cure the defensive ails, there could be another opportunity for him to go out there and put up huge numbers again. I'll even tell you, in one of my 17 leagues, I had to auto draft because I was not available, and I was picked.
Jeez, only one you had to auto draft?
I know, just one.
That's impressive for 17.
I ended up with the Browns quarterback and Jared Goff, and I dropped the Browns quarterback. I'm like, I'm just going to roll with Jared Goff.
One pride, baby.
All right, what about the wide receiver position? Amon-Ra St. Brown was likely a league winner for you last season, and it's great that the narrative about USC wide receivers is finally dead and put to rest. We can play them. They're really good. They have a good school. They produce wide receivers who can go out there and put up fantasy points, and he is going to be the most targeted player in this offense. The only guy who could possibly come close, at least through the first 6 or 8 weeks of the season, would be Jahmyr Gibbs. But for otherwise, it's all Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, there's nobody else out there who's got a lot of experience. Sam Laporta is going to be there. There's a huge opportunity for him to be the wide receiver 1 this season. And speaking of Jahmyr Gibbs, the fantasy community loves him, almost to the point where you're not getting a great value for him, because I saw him going in the 2nd round. But the hope is he's going to be deployed a lot like Deebo Samuel was a couple of years ago, where they used him as both a runner and a receiver out of the backfield. We expect him to be the lead receiving back on this team. But look for this Lions offense to actually use David Montgomery and Gibbs at the same time and really throw teams for a loop. And you look at a Kansas City Chiefs team, as you said, going to be missing one of their biggest stars. I expect this Lions team to score a lot of points tonight.
Another name, and I know you briefly mentioned him, but the rookie tight end Sam Laporta, I think he's going to get a lot of work too, because don't forget, Jamison Williams starts the season with a suspension. So for that passing game, obviously Amon-Ra, but the rookie as well. All right, it's time for a quick break, but don't you worry. Coming up, the excitement surrounding the New York Jets and their Aaron Rodgers era, it's palpable. We're all talking about it, but before you let the hype train veer you right off the track, Adam Rank says that one of their players actually belongs on the bench. I did mess it up. I got to keep you humble. Find out who we're grounding. But first, Cynthia gets to crunch the numbers on the quarterbacks you got in the middle rounds of your draft. So which of these talented pass catchers is going to lead your team to victory on Sunday? Well, you got to stay right here to find out next.
Game day dip in the oven? Just tell Siri. Remind me to check the food in 10 minutes.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on the nerve. I recommend Sensodyne. Sensodyne toothpaste goes inside the tooth and calms the nerve down. And my patients say, you know, doc, it really works.
My relationship with my credit cards wasn't good. I got into debt in college, and no matter how much I paid, it followed me everywhere. The high interest, I felt trapped. So I broke up with my credit card debt and consolidated it into a low-rate personal loan from SoFi. I finally feel like a grown-up.
Break up with bad credit card debt. Get a personal loan with low fixed rates and borrow up to $100K. Go to SoFi.com to view your rate. SoFi, get your money right.
Is this your plan to watch the game today? I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket. It's not your best plan, but you know what it is? My plan from Verizon.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us, a $449 value. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, only on Verizon.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. Get NFL coverage, plus NFL Red Zone on the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
The wait is over. The season is here. It's game 1 of week 1, and job 1 is to get you ready. We'll tell you why you should not worry about Travis Kelce and why you should hop on the Lions bandwagon on game day kickoff tonight at 6 Eastern.
It's the fun part. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way. Are you kidding me? One of the nights, baby.
Imagine a world with no drama.
I haven't signed Jody's card yet.
At 4imprint, finding the promotional products you need to create a memorable moment is an easy mission. Our expert team will take care of every detail to make your success a certainty. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Melissa, and together we started Fresh Clean Threads.
Since day one, our Fresh Clean tees were made to offer a flattering fit for all body types and not break the bank. Unleash your confidence at freshcleanthreads.com.
YouTube TV is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket. And being an NFL fan has never been easier. Watch every game, every Sunday, exclusively with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Sign up now and get $50 off. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, visit NFLSundayTicket.com. Welcome back in. It's time for some bold predictions presented by Verizon. Myself here with our in-house mathematical mastermind, Cynthia Freeland, who's crunched the numbers on some of these mid-tier quarterbacks and are going to give us some passing yards predictions for week 1. So let's start with our guy, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow going up against the Browns. What's it going to look like today?
Well, you got to keep going over because I have 284 yards projected for him. Went all the way.
That's a good Sunday.
Good.
I mean, I'm pretty good at this, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. 284 passing yards for Joe Burrow. You want to look at the 2 touchdowns and 1 interception, though, to kind of get that picture of how this will go. I am still a little worried about his O-line. I don't think it's completely fixed, which is why that 1 interception does pop up. And, you know, Myles Garrett does have something to say about it. But I think Joe Burrow, very good week against this Cleveland defense.
Yeah, people would be pretty happy with that performance. What about the guys playing right next door on Sunday? Justin Herbert takes on the Miami Dolphins. And that defense, what's he going to look like?
272 is the number here. Let's see if
He's still solid.
It's still very solid. And the one to know. Oh, my goodness. But the 0.5's like making me very
Why
happy,
is there a 0.5 in the passing yards?
Because it's very precise. I do lots of things with decimals, Adam Rank.
I know, but like...
You know what? It's 272.5.
Come on.
Yep. It's 272.
That's not a real statistic.
You're not a real statistic.
I know.
Okay. But there's no interception for him, 2 touchdowns. Why? Well, of course, when you're looking at what he's going to do against this Jalen Ramsey-less Miami Dolphins defense, the 0.5 yards absolutely happens.
All right, moving on to Trevor Lawrence versus the Colts. What's he going to look like on Sunday?
Well, the reason that this number isn't as high, it's 262, it's still pretty good, is because I think the run game's going to be very strong. Potentially, they're going to be playing with a lead, so they're not going to need to. I'm very slow.
Oh.
Got it. They're not going to necessarily need to. 261.5. You don't like it? 262.
Okay, Tua Tagovailoa, he's going to throw for pi.
He's going to throw for pi. Do you even know what pi is?
3.14.
Oh, that's good. That's good. 1.7 after that. All right. Anyways. Look, I think it's going to be a good day for Trevor Lawrence. I think there's going to be a lot of passes. Specifically, Calvin Ridley looks great in this matchup, but I don't think they're necessarily going to need to go ham with a number of passing yards.
All right, that checks out. Let's get to Tua. We talked about Justin Herbert.
Say it, Adam Rank.
Chargers next.
Say it, Adam Rank. Say it.
We're not doing it now. Not going to do it.
No, you're not going to do what?
All right, Tua on Sunday versus the Chargers. What do you got, Sin?
All right, so let's see here. When I'm looking at Tua, what number do I even have for 275? I think that they're going to be playing with a deficit, so they're going to be needing it. Plus, he gets all those. That's crazy. Whatever. He gets all the extra passing yards in his statistic from the catch and run yards. So getting Tyreek open in space will be very helpful for him, for example, or Jalen Waddle. I don't have a touchdown for Waddle. I do have one for Tyreek, just so you know, you can keep track of him. I can't get that to go on 275.0, so it's now 275.5.
We said it, 275 yards for Tua against the Chargers on Sunday. This guy down here, last but certainly not least for anybody, Aaron Rodgers, Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. First time playing in a Jets uniform. What's he gonna? Have?
He has that amazing tan in this picture. So 230.
He's using the Los Angeles filter.
You would know about.
I would know. Yeah. Look at my Instagram.
Yeah, it's perfect. Look at you.
Look at me.
Show everyone your glasses. They need to see this. But look, Aaron Rodgers. This is exactly.
Oh.
The side of his glasses are the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Fell off.
So last year, you have to remember that the Buffalo Bills defense allowed the fewest points per game to the quarterback position, and they've gotten healthier with the exception of Von Miller. But they do have both of their safeties and their cornerback back. I know that Micah Hyde has appeared limited on the injury report, but I think he's going to probably still be okay. So again, 237, still a good number, just not massive, like not 300. It's 237.
But across the board, a very good week.
This is a very good week. It's a lot of 0.5s.
These guys.
A lot of 0.5s.
Cynthia, thanks for those bold predictions. One more NFL action this season. Well, you're in luck because NFL Plus brings you live games on mobile, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, game replays, and more. And the best part? It's all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply. With that, it's time for a fantasy PSA from the Los Angeles filter himself.
Thank you.
Adam Rank.
It's the best filter for my features, but here's my thing. You drafted a wonderful team, but at some point you have to start making some lineup decisions on who to start and who to sit. I have got 3.14 players that you need to sit this week, and we will start with the New York Jets, who Cynthia was just talking about, and Dalvin Cook. This is really an interesting situation because earlier this week, Robert Saleh did not give any hints about who was going to be the lead back. He was very non-committal. Dalvin Cook is still coming off an injury. Breece Hall is coming off an injury. So I don't want you to be disappointed when Michael Carter ends up scoring 2 touchdowns.
Who? Why didn't you go with the 4th string guy?
No, it's...
What's his name?
Israel.
His last name?
Anaconda?
Yep.
Okay. But that's the thing. We don't have any clarity about this Jets backfield, so I'm sure you have other guys on your roster you can start. So why don't you go ahead and pass right there. Terry McLaurin is another guy that I'm worried about this week now. He practiced in full today, which is great news. But still, whenever a player is returning from injury, I have concerns about how much or how effective he is going to be, especially in this matchup. I mean, how much do you think the command? I'm trying to think of what their name is. The Commanders. How much are they going to throw this week? I don't know. And I think that Johan Dotson is actually the guy to play. I said what I said. I think that Dotson is the player that you want to go with this week, even though I kind of like Sam Howell as a sneaky DFS play. And finally, Deontay Johnson. I am now one of those people who's clearly favoring George Pickens. And I look at this lineup for this matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, who do have some injury concerns on the defensive side of the football. But until Deontay Johnson gets back into the end zone at some point, I'm going to go with the other guy. And that's it. That's what I got for you. That was my PSA. The .14 was Evan Hull.
Hey, you guys, coming up, is it possible to squeeze both that guy right there entering Arrowhead Stadium, Patrick Mahomes, and the guy who's going up against Jared Goff into a single DFS lineup? Well, you're in luck because Cynthia Freeland reveals her sneaky little method to stack in daily. Coming up next on NFL Fantasy Live.
Typical beginner's mistake.
Yes, they all start from the outside.
So, will we help him?
What else? Here, try it with Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings.
This wasn't no bear. It was like a bear squatch.
Dad, what's a bear squatch?
It's a cross between a bear and a sass. It's made up. He's usually sleeping.
He'll never sleep again.
Right now on FanDuel, new customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. And all NFL bettors get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. So you can live bet all game long. So get all your high fives in now before football Sundays become Sundays again.
Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets and get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Jameson, the smooth triple distilled whiskey, knows when people...
I guess you really had to be there.
Just get you. That's when this spark just happens. So pull up a chair. There's always a seat for you at the table. Jameson, widen the circle.
Even if you're careful, there are more ways than ever for identity thieves to steal your information. LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated restoration specialist will help fix it. Backed by our $1 Million Protection Package. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here.
And Doug.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
So you only pay for what you need.
That's my boy. And you get out there and you make us proud, huh?
Bye, Uncle Emu.
Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's how you fire up the team. Kingsford. It's how you do it.
Consumer Cellular, this is Sam. How may I help you? This is a butt dial. Well, somebody's butt. Just thought I'd let you know that with Consumer Cellular, you can get the same exact coverage as the leading carriers, but for up to half the price.
What is the most obnoxious commercial airing right now?
J.C. Wentworth!
Catch it all on NFL Plus. Stream live local and primetime games on mobile. Watch live highlights every Sunday afternoon during the regular season. Start streaming NFL Plus today. Plans start at $6.99.
Let's go!
YouTube TV is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket.
Oh my goodness!
Being a fan has never been easier. Watch every game, every Sunday, exclusively with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Sign up for NFL Sunday Ticket now and get $50 off.
For the second time in 4 seasons, the Chiefs are champions.
Hey, let's dominate today. You guys are going to hit them right. The Chiefs, they won't even know what happened. It's game day. It's on. It's on.
Let's go! Mahomes, our for the end zone. Touchdown!
Jared Goff, cool, calm, and collected.
Touchdown! Travis Kelce. Nick Bolton again.
Oh, my goodness. Look at the Lions. Let's go!
Pacheco blasts into the end zone.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions. How nice is that to see?
Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't nobody stopping us.
Kickoff between those two teams, it's nearly here, so let's get to a fantasy preview presented by DraftKings. Cynthia, tell us about your value pick during your DraftKings lineup tonight. A kicker?
A kicker.
Oh, come on. Hey, I like Harrison Butker, though.
That's why you have to have a good value pick, and you have to recommend a kicker. I often look at kicker pairing with quarterbacks because your girl wants to get as many quarterbacks in her lineup as possible, especially week 1, because we don't exactly know how the rest of it's going to shake out. So you can see I got both Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff in the lineup, along with Amon-Ra St. Brown, because I was able to do that. And you know why? Because Sky Moore, who I already told you, I think that slot position is going to be super.
The limit?
The sky is indeed the limit, Rank.
The sky is the floor.
The sky is the floor.
DraftKings is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, and during week 1, there are tons of ways to get in on the action. New customers can play free for the $1 million top prize this week when you make your very first deposit. Just download the DraftKings app and sign up with the promo code FLEX. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play for y'all boys. Whatever I got to do out there to get this dub, I'm going to do it.
The North is ours. We start right here. Take the North. Let's go.
We got to take a picture, bro. Oh, where? No, with Mama and Papa. Right now? Bro, you don't have to warm up right now. Y'all know what time it is, bro. It's us against the world.
I appreciate you looking at me. Make sure I get off the side. I don't want to get ran over.
I don't want to hit you.
Yeah, no.
We'll both be hurt over here. Hey, listen, we good. How fast do you run? 4.3. He ran 4.47.
You good, bro.
You can run with anybody on that field. So you just turn and run.
Hey, let's get 7, baby. Let's go.
I mean, that's easy. Here we go, fellas. We'll get down there again. Gotta punch it in, fellas. Here we go.
Come on, man. Too easy. Hey, it was ugly, but we got it.
Hey, that's right. Hey, I gotta get better.
That's part of growing up, man, right? Great job.
Now that we've made Adam Rank very happy with that little Bears wired, it's time for what we're calling this season Breaking the Ranks. This guy right here has a list of 150 guys that you're putting out on NFL.com, and you're going to rank them. They're the best flexes, right? So it's running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, 150 of them. However, I want to know how Cynthia would rank them. So we got 5 guys right here on the big board. Cyn, you tell us where you think they slot in within the flex 150.
Okay, so I'm not just doing this because I like Adam Rank, and well, maybe people don't actually think we like each other, but we do. I actually think Khalil Herbert here, who's going up against a Green Bay defense that was very vulnerable to the run last season, is probably his highest rated and also would be my highest rate in this. I know that the quarterback himself does like to run the ball, but I think that with this O-line and some questions there, they're going to have to ask him, Justin Fields, to throw the ball a bit more. So Khalil Herbert, number 53. And then I think after that, my guess, but also what I think here, I think that, no, I'm going to go with Christian Kirk there. Okay. I think Christian Kirk, number 2. And then after that, I think maybe a little George Pickens action. Okay. I would downgrade him a bit because he is playing the San Francisco defense, and that's not a very fun thing for anyone to do. However, there's been some changes and some questions to the secondary, maybe not up front, but the secondary. So perhaps Pickens then gets into the end zone because of that. And then I would guess probably a DeAndre Swift up this high because we saw an injury to George Kittle earlier in the week. He's dealing with a groin injury. So, and he also has to play on the other side facing the Pittsburgh defense. So that's also probably not so great. But to me, it was the groin injury that downgraded him there.
That's a tough one. And this is a flex. So you got to remember he's going up against wide receivers and running backs. So that's why he's still one of the top tight ends.
Yeah.
But
it's not. I'm not. Nothing. No shade against him.
No shade.
No shade.
This is just how Cynthia did it.
Right.
How did you do it? What are the differences here? Or did she nail it?
We agree with George Kittle.
And that's it?
That's the one we agree on?
You know what? You would think that I might have had Khalil Herbert up there. I actually like George Pickens in that spot. I think that George Pickens has got a really good opportunity. You heard me earlier in the show talking about how we're going to bench how we're going to bench Deontay Johnson. I actually like DeAndre Swift. I think he's a pretty good option there for the Philadelphia Eagles. They went out there.
Pats.
They went out there. Listen,
against the Patriots. You don't care.
Listen, I understand.
I'm listening.
They've got to run the football. I think they want to use a more concerted effort to run the football this season. I know that Jalen Hurts has 23 rushing touchdowns in the past 2 years, but
this is your like anti-Jalen Hurts. This is to make good on your Jalen Hurts isn't going to rush for as many touchdowns.
I mean, maybe.
Well, at least you're internally consistent.
This is a player that they went out there and got for a specific reason.
Yeah.
So I look at, they went out there, they got him, they got Penny, and even with Kenny Gainwell there, I still think that DeAndre Swift's going to.
I'm going to have to ice skate home. Look at this.
Khalil Herbert. What's wrong with that?
Just feels really low.
What about Christian Kirk here, though?
I still like him. I know that everybody loves Calvin Ridley. It's been one of those things that everybody's
That's like the buzz of the season.
The fantasy community loves Calvin Ridley.
Yes.
Anytime you have something new, everybody's just got to be on board with it. It's like, yeah, like, listen, if you get to play one guy who's played since week 7 of 2021, make it Calvin Ridley. If you want a guy who went out last season and crushed it for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has chemistry with Trevor Lawrence, you would want Christian Kirk in your lineup, and I think that he's been one of the most slept-on players in all of fantasy football because we saw him last year play very well. And even myself, I was a little concerned about the money they were giving him, but you know what? The Jacksonville Jaguars certainly weren't concerned, and he went out there and he paid dividends. And you know what? The Khan family sometimes throws around that money. Chris Jericho gets a huge contract. Orange Cassidy,
and
Kenny Omega,
and the Rails.
Switchblade.
We've switched. We switched on. This
White,
is fun, though. This is
Jay
fun,
White's paid dividends.
This was called Breaking the Ranks. If you want to see Adam Rank's entire Flex 150 list, just go to NFL.com/rank. But when we come back, remember 1 year ago when Cordero Patterson just came out of absolutely nowhere to finish as Week 1's RB4? Who could do that this week? Maybe it's a surprise. We're going to tell you, but first, let's get a little sneak peek into what's coming up on NFL Game Day morning on Sunday.
Get your game day started Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern with NFL Game Day Morning.
Oh, yeah, the Saints go marching in.
It's the team of the 70s versus the team of the 80s when the Steelers host the 49ers. Before these storied franchises face off, Mooch goes one-on-one with Pittsburgh's current QB, Kenny Pickett. And Aaron Rodgers' Broadway debut is almost here. Will he take the Jets to new heights or crash land on the biggest stage? As for Rodgers' successor in Green Bay, the Jordan Love era gets underway in bulk Sunday in Chicago. Kurt Warner explains that the Packers have found another long-term answer at the most important position. All that and much more Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
It's an NFL fantasy world, and we just live for it. It's free and easy to play. Optimize your lineup with one click and watch exclusive player stories. Download the NFL Fantasy app today.
Nerds. Ever since we started looking for a better cashback credit card.
Options have been coming out of the woodwork.
Exactly.
At NerdWallet, we can help you make the smartest decision by comparing top cards. That way you get cash back on the things you care about most.
Oh, that one has cash back on dining out.
Oh, that's great because our table is...
Oh.
We don't have a table.
Where's our daughter? Hi, Mom.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Hi, it's Christina again. I'm here to tell you about an all-new special offer from my friends at Jacuzzi Bath Remodel that you don't want to miss. You already know, Jacuzzi has been making water feel great for more than 65 years. And now they're bringing you this special TV offer. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for 1 year. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has a design you'll love at a price you can afford. And best of all, they can install it in as little as 1 day with no stress and no mess. Are you ready to see your new shower? Here it is.
It's fabulous. fabulous. Taking a shower had gone from being a joy to being a burden. I was afraid I would fall. I called, and just one day, I had a shower I could feel safe in.
No matter your situation, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has a solution for you. From a safer, easy entry shower with features like grab bars and a custom seat to keep you feeling comfortable and independent at home, to a stunning family bath, or how about a luxurious upgrade with a timeless design that will look great for years to come. Plus, they're built to last with a lifetime warranty from an iconic brand you know you can trust.
It was done the same day. We did not have to wait.
It's absolutely perfect. It's exactly what I was dreaming of.
If you haven't already experienced what Jacuzzi Bath Remodel can do for you, your family, and your home, don't wait any longer. Now is the best time to call. It's never been easier. Take advantage of this special TV offer today.
Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-990-3579. That's 800-990-3579. Call now.
The building is rocking.
Football is back, and our game day crew gets you ready for every Week 1 matchup. Let's get this party started. And Kenny Pickett reveals the keys to his sophomore season.
What a catch! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
The annual NFL Fan of the Year contest presented by Captain Morgan returns to celebrate extraordinary fans who inspire others to spice up the game. In collaboration with all 32 teams, the NFL's on the search for the next Fan of the Year. It's up to you to nominate yourself or someone you know who rallies around others to spice up the game. For more info, just go to NFL.com/Fan of the Year today. All right, you see it right here. It's time to text your expert, because that's always a good idea. We always have all of the answers.
Text your ex.
Yeah. Funny. Thank you.
That's good.
I'm glad it's
That's actually really good.
You just got that.
I just got it right now. I'm shocked sometimes when there's something good and it wasn't something I thought of. I don't mean that in a bad way. It was really good.
What way do you mean that, then?
All right, well, I've not texted my ex anytime recently. I hope you guys haven't either. But we asked you guys to text us. We actually went out and I saw if you guys had any line of question ahead of tonight's game. So let's look at the questions we got. All right, Cynthia, I'm going to give this one to you. Rashad White, Jahmyr Gibbs, or DeAndre Swift at RB2 Week 1.
Okay, Jahmyr Gibbs, I heard Dan Campbell say that they want to limit him in this Week 1 matchup, which probably means they're going to play him a billion times.
They're going to force feed him the football.
But I have to, it's like,
Don't you say that coaches are lying liars who lie?
But I don't think Dan Campbell, has a lie in him, you know? I think otherwise we wouldn't have heard some of that kneecap stuff. So I'm actually going with Rashad White. I know Frank doesn't like this very much, but Rashad White, to me, is the guy who we've seen the run from for this preseason and kind of training camp. And we know Baker Mayfield also likes to target running backs in the passing game. So for me, at least this Week 1, I'm going to go with this one before I get too tricky.
All right, that checks out. Adam Rank, I'm going to give this next question to you. You ready?
Yeah.
16-person PPR league.
Wow.
Who do I start? Daniel Jones or Jared Goff tonight? You've got to make that decision pretty quickly here.
Oh, wait, it's a PPR league, so this changes everything.
I think that you have to, people, just be nice to people.
No, but
it's nice that
I think Daniel Jones is going to catch a pass. That's why. This is a very difficult one. I have both these quarterbacks ranked right next to each other. I sort of favor Daniel Jones just because, the uncertainty of what's going on tonight, I don't know. I don't want Jared Goff to turn into Jared Goff and then have to sit there and look at 8 points for the entirety of the weekend. I think Daniel Jones is a little frisky play this year, and I think that his running ability combined with some of the improvements on the pass catching end, more specifically Darren Waller, I'm kind of leaning towards Daniel Jones this week. I have no real good reason to do it. I mean, we don't really know. We haven't seen these teams for real. So I'm going to go with Daniel Jones.
Okay, we were all nodding our head in agreement.
You're just like, whatever, rank, just keep going.
This last
You're
one,
waiting for me to make
I want to take it. I want to take this one.
Yeah.
Sky Moore or Brandon Ayuk at a flex PBR. I love Sky Moore season long. Brandon Ayuk's going to take the edge in this one. I think we kind of forget, especially in a PPR league. Last season, he finished as a wide receiver 15, over 1,000 yards, 8 different touchdowns. I think until we see exactly what Sky Moore looks like in this Chiefs offense in year 2, I know you mentioned the drop passes, Cynthia. You know, I like him season long, but for this week, Brandon Ayuk, safe decision. Though it's a tough Pittsburgh defense, I like him. So just go ahead and do that. All right, it's time to move the game forward, presented by Oakley. Let's move beyond week 1 and predict who's going to be atop the waiver wire, guys. Are we ready for this? Already waiver wire chat. So week 2, waiver wire, looking ahead, who do we think is going to be the hot commodity there, Cynthia?
I think Jaylen Warren will be the hot commodity. I think that it's going to be more running, so Najee Harris in combination with Jaylen Warren. I saw Jaylen Warren also create a lot of extra 10-plus yards runs this preseason. So when I'm watching Warren's opportunity, I just don't necessarily think it's going to be so much Najee with a tiny bit of Jaylen. I think it's going to be a little bit more shared, and then eventually, you know, we'll see some good returns from Jaylen Warren.
The Najee slander.
How is that
Najee
so heavy?
They're saying that he's going to be
You're about to. I know what you're going to do.
Jaylen Warren. I would never suggest.
You would never suggest that.
Although you're going to want to pick up Sean Tucker.
Yeah, okay.
You might want to just go
because that's different
right now. No, I love this player, and I think that it reminds me of this kid named Doug Martin from a couple of years ago that none of you have ever heard of. But back in old times,
of course I know who Doug.
You know who it is. Kimmy knows who it is, but I'm talking about the people out there. I think Mark DiPaolo knows who.
Yes.
Who Doug Martin? Yeah, he probably does.
Yes, but so does Doug DiPaolo.
Doug does. Doug actually does. We all love Sean Tucker. And I think that one of the great things was, you know, when you look at that great school of Syracuse, they've just churned out all those running backs from Jim Brown to, from Jim Brown. But here's my thing. He has a real opportunity in this Bucs offense. I think the Bucs as a whole, offensively, are going to be better than people are giving them credit for. Baker Mayfield can actually play quarterback in this league. They have 2 elite-level wide receivers, and the running game is going to feast. So I think that you're going to want to have parts of it. I think Rachaad White is probably better than I'm giving him credit for, but I think Sean Tucker is going to make enough noise, and they've got a pretty good lineup this week against next week against the Bears, whose deficiency was against the run. So I'm going to go with Sean Tucker.
All right, I like that one. I got a fun one. In the AFC West, it's Marvin Mims, the newest Denver Bronco. Rookie receiver here. It's to note, right? We don't exactly know if Jerry Jeudy's going to suit up and play. We do know he's been dealing with a hamstring injury, so I think Marvin kind of takes the edge on this one. I don't know if everyone hears all the viral sound bites from Sean Payton saying Russell Wilson needs to win games. He also needs to throw his ball to the receiver this season. I think this guy's going to be great.
Sean Payton
he had a really productive. He did. He had some really productive production back in college in Oklahoma. Exactly? I think over 1,000 receiving yards in that last season. So a really good pickup ahead of week 2. Still to come, you watching, listening right now, you have an important decision to make in your NFL Fantasy Live Experts League. Who's going to fit into the flex for People's United, the team that ranks running with you? You guys are going to decide. So we want you to vote by scanning the QR code on your screen right now. Co-manager Adam Rink's going to talk you through the fans team and your options right after this. Scan the code, vote, and we'll be right back.
Somebody needs to get...
After Advil Dual Action Back Pain.
What? My back feels better.
Before Advil. New Advil Dual Action Back Pain fights back pain 2 ways for 8 hours of relief.
At Domino's, there's an endless debate. Does adding pepperoni to something always make it better? Yeah. Debate over. Introducing Domino's new Pepperoni Stuffed Cheesy Bread. Loaded up with irresistible pepperoni, it's our most delicious stuffed cheesy bread yet. Only at Domino's.
Is this your plan to watch the game today? I have to watch my neighbor's NFL Sunday ticket. It's not your best plan. But you know what it is? My plan from Verizon.
Football season is here. Get NFL Sunday ticket from YouTube TV on us, a $449 value. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5, only on Verizon.
Wherever you go, wherever you stay, all you need is one key. Earn and use rewards across Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo.
You inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like a lightweight road bike, clip-in shoes, and a moisture-wicking jersey.
What? Is it too much?
And 2% cash back on what you need.
What?
I think you missed a spot.
Is it bad?
It's not good.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's real life ready.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the table read for the 104th season of the NFL. Let's get to work. Yes, Jalen.
I thought this was the dress rehearsal.
Oh, sorry.
Week 1, 4th quarter, 3:02 left. Jamar leaps up and makes a no-handed catch.
No hands. How?
I don't need hands.
I just catch it with my abs.
What if we wrote the Mahomes character off?
Wrote him off.
Who said that?
She did.
Boring.
Would it be possible for us to get to page 2?
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's about time I found a shirt that fits my frame.
I love the fit. It's definitely a little looser here than my other shirts. It kind of makes me feel a little more buff, you know?
You seeing this? I'm 6'5". I can't do this with other shirts.
I feel like I'm getting a designer shirt for a fraction of the price. It fits the way you want, everywhere you want. And I look pretty dang good too, don't I?
2 minutes.
Yeah, we're about ready, man. No, we're ready. We're ready. We're ready.
It's one of them nights.
Come on.
Yeah. It's one of them nights, baby.
That is a fly suit. That is fly.
Talk about turn up, dude. What a better time to show them than right now, huh?
Hey, I'm right to reach you.
I'm gonna take you up on that dinner, though.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna take you up.
absolutely.
All season, I'm gonna make it happen.
There is always a seat at my table for you.
Appreciate you.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Energy rule. Energy all day.
Energy shifting. Don't relax. Don't relax. Don't relax. Hey, keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Come on. Bring the energy. Let's go. Bring the energy, man.
All night. We're going to accept it. Yeah!
The OG. I'm learning from the OG. I got y'all. Stay tuned.
Carlos Dunlap comes in for the sack. That is sack number 100.
A little bit of a sandwich at the ball with Chris Jones.
My God. Mahomes now pumping. He'll run it up the middle. He dives, and the ball's out. They will call it touchdown.
Call it. He went Air Mahomes.
How about it, baby?
Welcome back into NFL Fantasy Live. Some breaking news from your very own Ian Rappaport tweeting. Sources say that star tight end Travis Kelce is out tonight against the Lions. Earlier in the show, we mentioned it was a game-time decision. He was going to work it out. However, this tweet also saying he may give it another try before kickoff. So either way, the bone bruise should not keep him out long-term. But looking like tonight, he is a no-go, so you should get him out of your fantasy lineup.
It's like one of those times when you cancel on somebody, you're like, well, I might try to make it later. You're not trying to make it later.
Not going to try to make it later. Let's do a little bit. Let's bring the energy up, though.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plug
We're fine.
and play. Plug and play.
Plug and play.
There we go. And play.
That's it.
Plug and play. We're close to kickoff. We need the energy up as well. Adam Adam Rank is co-managing his team with you all this season. It's called People United for a reason. We want you guys to get involved. As you can see
and
here.
Unlike Man United, we're actually winners.
Heyo. Taking daggers.
What, did you not see Arsenal?
People
destroy
just
them?
Strays all over the world today. People United. Looking at this team, though, there are some decisions and some business that needs to get done. So what's the first order, Adam Rank?
Okay, first of all, I want to address right off the top that we have Patrick Mahomes. I'm not worried about this at all. Patrick Mahomes is going to go out there and throw for 300 yards. He's going to have 3 touchdowns. He's going to be just fine. But some questions, speaking of injuries, we might have to make a decision right here. And right now, I'm going to make sure, just in case, Christian Watson has been on the injury report for the Green Bay Packers this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to put Drake London up to wide receiver 2, and then we're going to take Zach Charbonnet, and we're going to move him up to the flex spot. Now, obviously, earlier today, I was talking about DeAndre Swift as a running back that I like. I really love the opportunity for Charbonnet. He led the FBS in all-purpose yards per game at UCLA back last season. And the LA Rams allowed 20-plus fantasy points to a running back 6 times in 2022. And when I look at the Rams, you know, they're giving me these George Patton vibes. So I think you might want to play guys against the Rams.
All right, looking at this lineup, though, and knowing our league, we do play with a defense and a kicker.
We do?
Which, yeah. Breaking news. Neither of which are on your squad. So what are you going to do about that situation? Because it's game time, man. Yeah,
you know, that's one of the things is we're just holding on to players right now, just seeing in case there were any injuries, like the thing with Christian Watson, which is why we have Reed on our squad. So we're probably going to have to hold on to him because he could end up playing a pivotal role for this Packers offense if this injury to Christian Watson is severe. So we're probably going to have to drop one of the rookies. Roshan Johnson, we're not dropping, so don't even suggest it because I'm still controlling this team and I'm just not going to do it. Kendry Miller, who's been on the injury report, Tajay Spears, Sean Tucker, who I talked about. Don't you want to be smart? Like, let's be the team that has Sean Tucker because if he does go off, think of all the bragging.
I hate to interrupt you. The poll has been in. These 2 guys voted.
Stop it!
Dropped
Why?
by the people.
You guys are so reactionary sometimes. Have a little forward vision just once. You know, a couple of years ago, everybody... hold on. In this league, Matt Money Smith laughed at me because I picked a quarterback who had started just 1 game in his rookie season, and he goes, hey, good luck with that. Guess who it was? Patrick Mahomes. Think forward, people.
Okay, there's time to pick these guys back up, but in the meantime, a defense you're going to pick up for this week.
Well, we got a couple of... Okay, we got to be quick here. We got the Houston Texans, right? If I'm not mistaken. The Houston Texans, who are actually pretty good at getting to the quarterback. I know it's a tough matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. If not, the Seattle Seahawks are there going up against the Cooper Cup-less LA Rams. This Seahawks defense could be pretty good, and this might be one that we hold on to for a couple of weeks. It is going to be one of the strengths of this team.
94% voted for the Seahawks defense.
Oh, great job, people.
Uniting.
All right.
Fun.
We're friends again.
Reminder, go to NFL.com.
We need a kicker, too.
Experts League to follow along with People United and all of our squads here on NFL Fantasy Live. Still to come, we're taking a quick break, but on the other side, can Amon-Ra St. Brown really help the Lions keep pace with the Chiefs' always potent offense tonight? Our final predictions for the kickoff matchup coming up next on NFL Fantasy Live.
Right now on FanDuel, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets and get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. So cherish football now before football Sundays become Sundays again.
FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
If you know luxury, it's not just award-winning, it's rewarding. Saatva Mattresses supports all types of sleepers with durable steel coils and plush organic cotton. Luxury is handcrafted in American factories and brought directly to you with our free in-home white glove delivery service, which is why over 90% of customers would recommend Saatva to friends and family. Saatva, luxury mattresses made affordable.
Tourists. Tourists that turn into scientists. Tourists photographing thousands of miles of remote coral reefs that can be analyzed by AI in real time. So researchers can identify which areas are at risk and help life underwater flourish.
there are more identity threats than you realize. LifeLock alerts you and works to fix problems with a dedicated restoration specialist. Go to lifelock.com.
Is how you keep it going, rain or shine. Pinkbird is how you do it.
If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. Get NFL coverage, plus NFL Red Zone on the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
The wait is over. The season is here. It's game 1 of week 1, and job 1 is to get you ready. We'll tell you why you should not worry about Travis Kelce and why you should hop on the Lions bandwagon on game day kickoff coming up next.
It's the fun part.
Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way.
Are you kidding me?
One of them nights, baby.
You know it. Tonight it's Lions versus the Chiefs, and this guy right here looking for a little upset, Jared Goff. He got the win last time. Himself and Patrick Mahomes went up against each other a few years ago. But will it happen tonight in Arrow?
Is Detroit cool?
Detroit cool.
Detroit's
He's
very
eating Little Caesars.
So is a little kickoff predict-off. This is our very last opportunity to chat about this game and give real-time predictions for what we think is going to happen tonight in terms of fantasy points from some of the biggest stars. So let's get into this. We're going to go through as many as we possibly can before the show ends. Patrick Mahomes up first. Cynthia, you're on the clock. Fantasy points. What's it going to look like?
Okay, 294 pass yards and 2 touchdowns relates to, I think it's like 19.8 fantasy points.
The point 8.
The point 8 is very important there as well, and some rushing yards. I think this is going to be a slower-paced game without Travis Kelce and without Chris Jones, so more running yards for the Chiefs to take control and keep control.
All right, Amon-Ra St. Brown rank on the other side for the Lions. What do you see for him tonight?
I'm going to put 15 points, which would be about 6 receptions for 90 yards. One of the biggest knocks against Amon-Ra St. Brown is that he didn't get into the end zone enough. Last season, he had a receiving touchdown in just 4 of 16 games. But the good news is the Kansas City Chiefs allowed 33 passing touchdowns in 2022. That was 4 more than any other team in the league.
Hey, we're going to be better this year.
I'm just saying.
Hey, we're going to be better. That's last year. This year starts in just a few hours.
Why are we talking about old?
I'm going to go ahead and take Jerick McKinnon, a.k.a. Jet. Obviously, you see him out here running, dodging, doing all the things. 17 fantasy points tonight. That could sound crazy, but with Travis Kelce not on the football field, you have to think about Jerick McKinnon also being involved in the passing game. He finished last season, I think, 6 straight weeks with a touchdown to end the year. He almost had that one in the Super Bowl as well. In the preseason, he got a lot of work. We know Patrick Mahomes relies on him. Matt Nagy has shining things to say about him as well. 17
if Matt Nagy likes him, I'm sold.
Good thing. Stop it. Hey,
I forgot it.
Cynthia, back around to you. The rookie Jahmyr Gibbs in his debut in the league. What's it going to look like?
I have 51 rush yards and 2 receptions for 25 receiving yards. That's 9.6 points. I'm telling you that I believe Dan Campbell. I don't think he's a lying liar who lies. I think he's too pure of heart. You know, he's not going to... He's too pure of heart to lie to us for that. So,
if you bite kneecaps, you're not pure of heart.
Well, if you tell people that you're biting kneecaps, then you actually are pure of heart. You're just telling the truth.
Hey,
he's a truth. He's not a liar.
He's no lion. Get it? I thought that was actually funny. All right, Adam
Stop
Ray.
it.
Isaiah Pacheco, the darling from last year. What's he going to look like?
Not actually funny, but funny. I have him for 14.3 points. He had at least 10 fantasy points in 7 of his last 8 games last season. And he also was averaging 12.4 fantasy points per game in those last 8. Again, without Travis Kelce there, I know everybody's looking at Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, but it's the 2 running backs, like you said.
Yeah, they're going to be huge.
They're the players that are going to benefit the most.
Yeah, and Cynthia's little nug earlier of hey, they're going to want to run the ball, especially with Chris Jones not on the defensive side. Jared Goff, 21 fantasy points. If the Lions want to be competitive in this game, they're going to have to throw the ball a lot, especially if Kansas City is high-paced and fast-powered like they normally are. 21 fantasy points does not seem crazy to me, so let's see. That's our fantasy point prediction for tonight. TNF.
Wait, we're not doing
no.
We're doing Kadarius Toney. Just 8.7 points. Why? Because of 4 receptions, 47 yards. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be needing to throw as often as well.
I like that. You're like, let me get some Kadarius
Toney pros are upset now.
Sorry, not sorry.
David Montgomery. You know what? I think David Montgomery is going to have a really good year, and I think it starts tonight. So
I agree.
If you have David Montgomery, I would feel very comfortable starting.
Guys, it's real football.
Oh my God!
Oh, you guys. But one more thing. Oh,
wait, hold on.
If you've been watching, don't forget to set your lineups. Don't just set your lineup.
Kelsey's gone.
Right now.
Make sure Kelsey's benched.
That's all for us.
And by the way,
tonight. We'll
I'm
be
coaching
back
soccer tonight, so nobody tweet about this game until I get home.
Right after that, right now, game day kickoff starts.
No spoilers.
Colleen?
No spoilers tonight.
What a time to be a football fan, everybody. The season kicks off today in Kansas City, home of the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And we have Jared Goff and the Lions visiting town there. Of course, a strong finish to last season landed them in the primetime spotlight tonight. And Patrick Mahomes, he's been waiting 7 months to get that Super Bowl 57 banner raised, the third in franchise history. It's all going down tonight.
Believe that you're ready to go out there and dominate.
Let's go now.
Let's go. I don't know if they won't stop with us. Once we get going, ain't no stopping us. 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 Go. I don't know if they won't start with us. Once we get going, ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't nobody stopping us.
We're Super Bowl champs, baby. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping us. Ain't nobody stopping us.
We've had to burn 207 days to get here since the last game. I know none of that is burned. The KC tailgate, they're playing some corn. They're excited. They're as excited as we are for this game. I feel like it took so long to actually get here, and we've arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Game Day Kickoff presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Colleen Wolfe with Michael Robinson, Maurice Jones-Drew. This is so nice to be back together.
Yes, we are back together.
You know?
Yeah.
Mike Rob just found some candy in his pocket from last year.
That was family business, Colleen. Why did you say that in front of everybody? That's crazy. And then you go put my business out there. I didn't eat it. I didn't. It's all good, though.
You know, it's all fair game on this show. I am so excited. Steve Smith Sr. and Mike Garafolo, they will be back with us for the rest of the season starting next week. So we can't wait for them to join us. But we do have some news to start the show here. Chiefs All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce, guys. It's official. Well, almost official. He's out tonight, according to our NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. He suffered a hyperextended knee and bone. You'll remember he missed a game because of COVID and some other things, but never because of an injury. So there is the possibility that he'll test it out again pregame, and maybe he will go. But Ian, right now, he's saying that he is out for tonight. So that changes a lot because also the Chiefs are missing their best defensive player, Chris Jones, holding out for a new contract, but potentially watching the game from a suite at Arrowhead, according to James Palmer. So, you know, Mike Rob, who is the bigger loss here? Would it be Travis Kelce or Chris Jones?
Oh, man, Chris Jones is a huge loss, and ordinarily I would go in that direction. But to me, I'm going to say Travis Kelce for this particular game, simply because of the timing of when he got hurt. I mean, oftentimes you don't lose a key player 2 days before the first game, so you got to imagine that the game plan was already formulated. You got to imagine that the game plan featured Travis Kelce in it. So that's why I'm going to say for this game, it has to be Travis Kelce. But 435 completions from Patrick Mahomes last year, and 110 of those completions went to Travis Kelce. I think it's a lot of production that is going to be removed from that offense, and they're going to have to figure out some different ways to get the ball down the football field.
Yeah, to me, I think both losses are huge, right? No matter what it is, if it's Travis Kelce, getting all the attention, all the coverage, and the other receivers make it happen. You don't got that anymore. So now we can sit back and cover two, and force these other guys have to try to get open, or two-man, right? And then on defense, Chris Jones moved all around the defensive line. He played D and D tackle, 3 technique, 1 technique. He did everything. Stopped the run, rushed the quarterback, got turnovers, all that. To miss both of those guys in this game, I think the Chiefs are losing them more than anything. And that to me is the toughest part because you know what Detroit wants to do defensively or offensively. They want to run the football down your throat.
They went through training camp without Chris Jones. Again, I'm not taking anything away from that guy and his importance to that defense, but they have lived life a little bit without him right now. But to me, Travis Kelce,
I'm just going to say this, though. Detroit's defense, they were ranked like
that was last year. All right, it's a brand new season.
I don't know how much we can change in a year.
All right.
We always new year, new me.
We're going to bring out the past here. We'll do it right here, MJD. You'll love this. This is for you. The quarterbacks tonight, they have some history.
Okay.
Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes playing each other for the first time since that outrageous 54-51 Ramley win.
Yes, sir. I was there.
So long ago, they played at the Coliseum. The only game in NFL history that both teams scored a 50-burger. That was a wild night. Goff and Mahomes each threw for 400 yards and 4+ passing touchdowns. And if you remember, Goff also rushed for a score in that game. Mahomes had an interception, hat trick, actually, including one on the final drive. Tied for the most in his career. But much has changed since that game, guys, especially for Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions.
This game is over. Yes. Green Bay had everything on the line, but the Lions said, not tonight.
Is the Detroit hype train already out of control?
I am all in on this Detroit Lions team.
It's fun.
We feeling hyped up, got the fire inside us.
Let's go.
I can see fear in all of their eyes when we on the line up.
The thing that's going to worry you is the hype train. This thing is just taking off and it's out of control.
You couldn't divide us, we united, come back with the fight in our eyes. Standing up, we ain't trying to hide.
This football team has come to life.
Who played better football down the stretch than these guys? Detroit fans get excited. Hype it up as much as you can.
We got everything. We got everything. We got everything. We got everything.
Lions hype train, choo-choo.
The Lions, they won 8 of their last 10 games to finish the season. And look at them now, just basking in the primetime spotlight. We love it. MJD, are they the real deal, though? Should I buy a ticket and take the ride?
Colin.
You taking the walk this early?
This is without any practice.
Ready, though.
This is the thing about it. You talk about the Detroit Lions and the hype around them. These guys have done a great job adding talent to a roster, finding ways to get their guys plays. And here it goes. It starts with the conductor, Jared Goff. Right? This is against the Jets. Now, we know the Jets have a great defense. Watch Jared Goff sell the defense with his eyes. Now, put that hat on him because it all starts with him. He got to get everybody going where he wants to go to get to the seat. And then we find a little back door, right, to our tight end, sneaking out the backside. Look at all that space in that room. Now, watch the train run. And this is the best part about Detroit because they practice so physical. Watch him run through guys to get to the touchdown. All right, here we go again. This is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He went to the other school. He went to another high school I ain't going to talk about. But watch the space that he creates in his section of the train. That's called separation. You don't got to sit close to nobody on his side of the train, right? He going to find a way to get there. Now, this is what they added. The bullet train.
Talk about it.
The bullet train. You talk about speed, explosiveness, vision, elusiveness. Watch it. Puts his foot in the ground. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's able to make a move. Watch us flip it. Off to the races. Nothing to worry about. Nobody's going to catch him. He's going to get you from California to San Francisco in 2 minutes. All right, now here we go. Aiden Hutchinson. Now, this is the best part about nice inside move. Now, you know what they tell you. When the train is on the tracks, get out the way.
Get out the way.
Aaron Rodgers didn't hear that. He got up out of, he decided to stay on the tracks, get a sack. They have a great young nucleus of talent, and guys are making plays. Let me make my way back. This is the first one.
We got to walk
the first one of the year.
A+, keeping the train on the tracks.
Yeah, keep the train on the tracks, man. I mean, I love it. I think Detroit, they have what it takes, right? Can you get it all together week 1 and get it started on the right track? I don't know. It's a tough opponent, but we'll see. They have a lot of players.
I'm a little sad that we didn't have a conductor hat for you.
That would have been.
Yeah, it's not that time of the year yet.
You know what? Not yet. Exactly. There's something to build to.
Yes.
So the Lions offense, it was obviously one of the big surprises last year. You can see their numbers compared to the Chiefs. Almost every category, top 5 for both teams. Points per game, total yards per game, yards per play. Not too shabby. I'm sure Kurt Warner was impressed by this. Let's get out to Kurt right now. Both offenses can put up major points, Kurt, but Kansas City is now without their main man, Travis Kelce. So how does Mahomes go through his progressions without his most reliable option?
Well, here's one thing that I don't think Patrick Mahomes gets enough credit for, because we always see him making the no-look passes and those special plays outside the pocket. He plays the game inside the pocket as well as anybody in the league. And so the key to this is let the defense dictate where to go with the football. You got to trust the guys that are out there. And I know there's some new pieces, there's some young pieces. They've got to prove that they can do it on an every down basis. But that's the way Patrick is going to play. He's going to say, okay, defense, you tell me where to go with the football based on this play, and I'm going to throw it to that guy. The ad lib will come in at times tonight, but he's going to have to count on his young guys to be there and make the plays they're supposed to make.
Kirk, what have you liked about Jared Goff's mechanics while the Detroit Lions have been on this winning streak?
Well, you know, MJD, I think the biggest thing is you stay in the wheelhouse of your quarterback, and you showed a little bit of it, you know, when you were talking about the hype train. Just the play-action game. That, to me, is where Jared Goff has always been his best, whether it was with the Rams, leading them to the Super Bowl, or with the Detroit Lions as they were on that run last year. Run the football, dominate up front, and then allow him the chance to get back and use that arm to push the ball down the field. I don't think they want to play a drop-back game, and so tonight I think it's going to be established to run, big plays in the play-action game, and that's where they're going to continue to have their success.
A lot of play action. That's what we've seen from Jared Goff. Kurt, thank you so much. We're looking forward to your sit-down with Patrick Mahomes coming up in just a little bit, so don't go too far out there at Arrowhead. So Dan Campbell, there he is. He is always ready to go.
Where's his coffee?
He's going to grab some kneecaps. He's going to see how it goes.
If he's drinking coffee right now, that was going to be a problem.
Andy Reid, Big Red, ready for tonight, as are we. We're so happy to be back, and we're so happy to hear from you guys watching the show. Mike, what up? Thanks for hanging out with us.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Hey,
this whole thing?
Keep the compliments rolling, guys. We will accept them all night long. We'll be back after this.
NFL Game Day Kickoff is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
Want to turn $5 into $200 instantly in bonus bets? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Hey, can we talk? Mm-hmm. So, I know that you love football, but maybe too much?
Not seeing it.
Not seeing it? Oh. Defense?
Wins championships.
Okay. Let's go big.
Up your game with top brand TVs from Best Buy.
Oh my goodness! Is this for real?
I pray for these moments. Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Largest comeback in NFL history.
Football is back, and our Game Day crew gets you ready for every Week 1 matchup.
Let's get this party started.
And Kenny Pickett reveals the keys to his sophomore season.
What a catch! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
Love steak? Love lobster? Can't choose? Well, you'll love Outback this week, mate. Get a mouth-watering lobster tail and a juicy signature sirloin starting at just $24.99. Every day this week for a limited time, only at Outback Steakhouse.
Meeting's in 20. I'm fine. I'll follow the GPS.
Turn left here.
Oh, can't be.
Proceed along the route.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprint certain?
Arrived.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of ordering items from the promotional product professionals at 4imprint.
Arrived.
To show your appreciation to clients, coworkers, and customers, make your destination 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Aiden Hutchinson, Lions defensive star, the 2022 second overall pick, starting his second season in the NFL and walking into work looking very serious. He's ready to rock. You know what? This has been, though, Chris Jones' watch 2023, and we're still in a holding pattern right now. Jones continues to hold out after an insanely productive season, 15.5 sacks. The Chiefs' defense clearly not the same without him. We'll see just how different they look tonight against the Lions' offense. As we welcome in our Jeffrey Chadilla, who's live at Arrowhead. And Jeffrey, with an unclear resolution between the two sides, is there any indication of when this will be resolved?
Right now, there isn't, Colleen. Chris Jones was at a local charity event yesterday, and he talked about wanting to be a Chiefs for life and hopes this goes well, but he also said that he may be in the stadium. There's talk he might be in a suite here, but he's not going to be on the field, and that seriously affects what the Chiefs want to do on defense. A defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, talked this week about the importance of this unit playing as a unit, as a team, for 65, 70 plays. If they do that, they can play well defensively. May not get the splash plays that Chris Jones provides, but he thinks they can do that. And he also mentioned the importance of watching out for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Detroit Lions rookie running back. Watch tape of him at Alabama. They know he's an electric player, a special talent. They said all eyes have to be on 26 when he's in the game.
And the Lions' offensive line also improving as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for Chris Jones. If he's in one of those suites, you let us know. Jeffrey Chadilla with the latest from Arrowhead. Chris Jones's numbers do not lie. Of all interior defenders, Jones ranked at the top in sacks, quarterback hits, and second in TFLs. A force to be reckoned with for sure. Now, guys, when we look at, no Chris Jones and the defense that the Chiefs employed, Steve Spagnuolo, I'm sure can't be happy about this. How does this change Spags' approach?
Well, I believe they're going to have to manufacture sacks now. There's no longer a guy on the defensive line that the offensive line has to worry about on every single snap, right? When you talk about Chris Jones, this guy is dominant. Like, he's the most dominant defensive player that they have. And so now you're going to have other players step up. Steve Spagnuolo is going to have to blitz a little bit more. He's going to have guys like Nick Bolton coming from the second level to be able to provide a little bit more pressure on the quarterback. And talking about Nick Bolton, I believe Nick Bolton is even upset that Chris Jones isn't there, because Chris Jones keeps those offensive linemen up off of him. So to me, it's going to be more of a coaching from the sideline, being able to create pressure from the sideline. And if they can do that, I think this defense can replicate some of the things in terms of getting after the quarterback as they did last season.
I think you're exactly right, Rob. You're going to have to blitz, and this is a big problem, right? Because if you're blitzing, and let's say Jahmyr Gibbs hits a crease, he's gone. You don't have no one back there to stop. So losing Chris Jones puts a lot of pressure on a lot of different players in different situations. Third down, second down, short yards. We're just watching them get tackled for loss. Where's that coming from? We're watching them stunt and blitz, and you're seeing the line slide to Chris Jones because they're more worried about Chris Jones and the blitz are coming. So to me, it becomes more of a coaching situation now. Like, you have to know every situation. You have to be doubted as a coach. You have to make sure your players are in position. And let's remember, the Chiefs have a young secondary too. There were a lot of rookies that played last year in that secondary. They're only second-year players. I know they went to the Super Bowl. They did a lot of great things. But that secondary is going to have to show up, and they're going to have to show out. Look, again, you're getting pressure from Chris Jones. Your corner's able to, sit and watch those plays. So how are you going to get those guys to do that? You don't got to show the Rams. We saw that already. You don't got to show that. There you go. But again, you're seeing the pressure put on by this defensive line, which is forcing these quarterbacks to get the ball out quick. If the quarterback can if Jared Goff can sit back and hold the ball, this young secondary is going to get challenged.
They need guys to step up like George Karlaftis and Charles Menahue and their rookie, Felix Enrique Uzama.
There you go.
There's a lot of syllables they need stepping up tonight in place of Chris Jones. You can follow the Chiefs defense and anything your heart desires with NFL Plus. Live games on your phone, NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, game replays, and more, all in one spot. So convenient. You can sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Terms and conditions apply. We have more NFL Game Day kickoff presented by DraftKings coming your way. Look, the fans, they even have the rings out there.
I forgot to bring mine.
Where? Come on.
I forgot to bring mine today, man.
You know what? Me too. Yeah. I forgot mine as well.
That's what happened. You know that up.
Upgrade to Music Jam's Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep. We do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Hmm?
What is the most obnoxious commercial airing right now?
J.C. Wentworth!
Back in my day, we didn't have all these types of fancy chicken.
Pretty sure you have buffalo wings and fried chicken.
Well, we didn't have garlic parm or sweet bourbon barbecue.
And he had to walk uphill both ways.
And it snowed every time.
Yeah, right, Grandpa. You're from Miami.
This wasn't no bear. It was like a bear squatch.
Dad, what's a bear squatch?
It's a cross between a bear and a sass. It's made up. He's usually sleeping.
He'll never sleep again.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like a lightweight road bike, clip-in shoes, and a moisture-wicking jersey.
What? Is it too much?
And 2% cash back on what you need.
What?
I think you missed a spot.
Is it bad?
It's not good.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's real life ready.
On the next NFL 360, Hayden Hurst and Darren Waller inspire others who are on the road to recovery.
I realized, what if my story helps some other kids?
It's amazing when hope starts to flow back in.
NFL 360, Tuesday at 8 on NFL Network.
Thursday Night Football is back on Prime. Touchdown! With the games you can't miss. Unbelievable. And a party before and after every game.
Thursday Night Football
begins September 14th with the Vikings and Eagles. Only on Prime.
Back here on Game Day Kickoff, Arrowhead preparing for the first game of the season, and Patrick Mahomes preparing for a new season with not one, but two new starting tackles on the offensive line. Some may say it's a chief concern, but let's find out if Kurt Warner is one of those people. Kurt, Donovan Smith and Juwan Taylor now protect the face of the franchise. Smith was one of the most penalized linemen in the entire league last season, protecting for a quarterback in Tom Brady that has a much different style than Patrick Mahomes. So are you concerned about this line?
Well, the good thing, Colleen, is we've got two guys that have played a lot of football, that have started a lot of football in the National Football League. But when you talk about an offensive line, there's no unit that has to be more cohesive, that has to understand what the guy next to them is doing better than an offensive line. And so that's going to be the question, is how quickly can that group get up to speed? I mean, they've got a really good interior offensive line that have been here before, so I don't believe it's going to take that long, but it is something that you pay attention to. We've seen this over the last couple years, kind of a revolving door at the tackle positions here with Kansas City. Hasn't affected them all that much, but it is something to pay attention to early in the season.
I mean, even when he does get hit, he will be limping around with one foot and still making plays. It's unbelievable. Let's flip it over to Jared Goff. He did most of his best work at home last season, now on the road for kickoff tonight. So walk me through what style of offense works best for him to make the Lions shine.
Well, Colin, we talked a little bit about it earlier. I think they want to come out and use that offensive line and establish the run game and allow Jared Goff to be a complementary piece. That is where he's at his best in the play-action game. I think the most interesting thing is Jahmyr Gibbs and what he's going to be for this offense is that everybody's kind of waiting to see. I hear all the rumors. I'm talking to different people that follow the Detroit Lions on a daily basis, and they're saying, wait till you see this kid and all the different ways that they're going to use him. So I believe it's going to be about run the ball, and play action, but they are going to have some little things up their sleeve for Gibbs and some of their other playmakers that I think is going to make this offense even more exciting than it was last year.
Well, Ben Johnson, their offensive coordinator, spent the offseason in the lab. We'll find out tonight what he's been cooking up. Kurt Warner, thank you. His sit-down with Patrick Mahomes coming up in 18 minutes, so set your timer, guys. Up next on NFL Game Day Kickoff presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. We'll talk some big Week 1 games outside of Kansas City, including these quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and that new guy in Gang Green.
That new guy?
Yeah.
It's Hall of Fame.
I know you shook about that new guy.
I'm not shook, bro.
I love football, man.
You gotta love football.
It's better than football.
It is a little toasty.
Come with a purpose today. Come with a purpose.
Good detail now, understand the situations. Now you can hit somebody. Sack! Sack!
It's a sack! It's a sack! 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 Sack!
Turbo sack! Bang! Let's go!
It's a great ball. It's a great ball.
Get it! Oh, yeah! There it is.
Touchdown!
I love you too.
Let's go!
YouTube TV is the new home of NFL Sunday Ticket.
Oh my goodness!
Being a fan has never been easier. Watch every game, every Sunday, exclusively with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. Sign up for NFL Sunday Ticket now and get $50 off.
Hit the fun part.
Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way.
Are you kidding me?
One of them nights, baby.
You think life is short? Football is short. So cherish every over and under before it's over on FanDuel.
Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets and get $100 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
He didn't go to college. I never asked for a raise. He didn't wear fancy shoes. I never took out a mortgage. His friends didn't belong to a country club. His parents didn't have a will. So he worked hard and invested wisely, not in stocks or bonds, but in others.
When your child starts getting into everything, you may need a little help. So Duracell created the only lithium coin batteries with a bitter coating to help discourage swallowing.
Old Trapper Beefs. Fake protein.
Can we take a protein break? Check it. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my glums. I think goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
One. Bag.
The school play was really coming together. Until disaster struck. Tensions were high. Luckily, replacement costumes were shipped with FedEx, which means Mr. Harvey could picture the perfect night. FedEx can help you be ready for what's next.
Maria's ready to buy her first home.
But a down payment and closing costs, those are big checks.
Good thing I have big news. Come on. When you buy with Rocket Homes and finance with Rocket Mortgage, you get up to $10,000 cash toward closing from Rocket Mortgage. Yeah, and one you can get only with Rocket. Isn't that a good deal? It's a good deal, right?
Visit onlywithrocket.com to get started today.
At the Home Depot, you'll find top brand kitchen appliances that just fit, in-store and online. They'll fit your budget, your space, and with innovative features, they'll fit your favorites too. Final days to get select appliance savings, like this new Samsung refrigerator, only at the Home Depot.
Tomorrow on NFL Total Access, brand new season, same old tradition. Picks and predictions for every remaining Week 1 game, including a few favorites on Upset Alert. Oh, it's that time again for Friday answers to Sunday questions tomorrow at 7 Eastern.
Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes coming off his second Super Bowl. He's stacking rings at this point right now.
Timothy. That's what you call him?
Patrick Timothy Mahomes.
Unfortunately, though, he will be without the player who averages the most catches and receiving yards per game by a tight end in NFL history. It seems we've been monitoring Ian Rappaport's Twitter all day long. Ian had tweeted out that he would not be playing tonight and that he would maybe test it out before game time again, just in case. But let's get Ian in here right now. Ian, I've been nonstop refreshing. I could have just texted you, I guess. That might have been easier in the long run. But do you have any updates regarding Kelce?
You and everyone else. Travis Kelce officially going to be out for tonight's game for the Kansas City Chiefs for the first time since 2014. Travis Kelce is not going to play again. One of the most durable players in the NFL, obviously one of the best players in the NFL, still dealing with that bone bruise that he suffered just a couple days ago. Really unfortunate incident in the last day of practice for the Chiefs. Injured his knee, suffered a bone bruise, had significant swelling, I would say, for the last couple days. So it looked pretty grim 2 days ago. And then a little more optimism today. There was not a lot of swelling. He was not dealing with a lot of pain. The plan for the Chiefs was to work him out around 11 a.m. That is exactly what they did. And at that point, Travis Kelce was really, really pushing to play, believing that he would not put himself at risk, believing he could go out there. But instead, head athletic trainer Rick Burkholder stepped in and said, you know what? It is a long season. We are going to make the smart move. So Travis Kelce is out, and Noah Gray, one of the reserve tight ends, steps into his place, although, of course, no one can replace Travis Kelce.
No, but Noah Gray may be a little bit of a better receiver than people give him credit for. So he'll be able to put that on display tonight. Ian, thank you very much, my friend. Well, we know Travis Kelce is that dude in the Kansas City offense. Last season alone, caught 12 touchdowns, 8 more than the next pass catcher on this list. McCole Hardman, who is now with the Jets, and then Juju Smith-Schuster now with the Patriots. And obviously Travis Kelce not out there tonight. So I don't love it. I don't love this for the Chiefs. Michael Robinson here. I'm going to use your full name because I really want a serious answer from you. Kelce has been on the field for 90% of the pass plays in Mahomes' career. That's per Next Gen Stats. So who is stepping up in his absence?
Not only that, 22 first downs converted, 4th in the National Football League of all players. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to replace Travis Kelce, but I got some tape to show you guys. I'm taking my phone, colleague. That's some tape to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, right? Come on up here, right? Because they do have some people on this offense that can make things work. First of all, this running back, Isaiah Pacheco. I call him Passion Pacheco because when this guy runs the football, the entire defense on the sideline gets up and watches to see what's going on. You see how he gets behind Trey Smith right here and finishes the run in the end zone, physically breaking the will of the opposing defense. And then Sky Moore, I was told when I got to training camp up there in Kansas City that this guy was operating like a #1 receiver. Tonight, he's going to have to make plays like this. A scramble drill, right? Patrick Mahomes always keeps the football alive. You see Sky Moore right here, and then Patrick Mahomes protects him with the pass. He gets down, makes the catch. And this is one of my favorite plays right here because it's Kadarius Toney. The New York Giants, they didn't know what to do with him right here. But you know, Andy Reid puts his guys in a position to be successful. You motion them to the backfield. You run a rail route with them. Now you have one of your top receivers one-on-one with a safety catching a back shoulder deep pass from Patrick Mahomes. This is the type of offense that has to happen if this Kansas City Chiefs want to continue with their winning ways in September. And I believe Patrick Mahomes, when you talk about this guy having over 800 pass yards going to his second read, that's not the primary read. That's not the play. That's not the one that the play is designed for. It's the next guy in the progression. Patrick Mahomes, second in the National Football League, getting to his second read. I don't know if he's going to have too many problems tonight just because Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the National Football League. He's seen so much. But at the end of the day, Travis Kelce represents a lot of production in this offense. I believe they have the guys on the outside to finish it up.
Yeah, you said it, I didn't. The best player in the National Football League is Patrick Mahomes. You're exactly right. I'm not one to argue with him, okay? And it comes down to him. You talked about it. It comes down to him and Andy Reid really figuring out how they're going to get the ball to Kadarius Toney in space, Sky Moore, spread the ball around a little bit, run the ball a lot. I think they're going to run the ball a ton. They still have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They still got guys that they can run the ball with. So you're going to see them, McKinnon. The guys are going to touch the ball downhill. Again, we don't got to show this against the Jags, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Pacheco doing it what he does best, breaking tackles, yards after contact. Again, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, before he gets hurt, he was their main guy, right? So they still have a lot of talent there. They're just going to have to utilize it differently. You're running the ball, play action pass, moving Kadarius Toney around a little bit, moving Sky Moore around a little bit, find ways to get them the guys the ball in space.
I have to repeat, though, it's just the timing of the Travis Kelce
it hurts.
injury. You know, a couple of days right before, after the game plan is already in, you'd hope that Andy Reid can make some adjustments so that they can have an explosive offense.
And Jerick McKinnon, don't gloss over him either. That's a fantasy sleeper alert right there. He led all running backs in receiving touchdowns last season.
You talking fantasy?
49, says the girl who auto-drafted during the show yesterday by accident. My team is a train wreck. Nobody cares about my team, though. So
I do.
I know. You know what? Thank you. I didn't remember I had the draft.
Come on, Kylie.
You had a lot going on.
No, I don't. Hey, tonight marks the first episode of the best reality TV you can find. It's the NFL. Get ready for a weekend full of mind-blowing plays. NFL Kickoff presented by YouTube TV continues all weekend long. Go to NFL.com/kickoff for more.
Is it time to step away? I think I need to get away and contemplate those things.
One day in the sun, I'll take you back to New York City.
The New York Jets trade for Aaron Rodgers.
And I will give you
the vibes are immaculate. It just feels great.
He's our quarterback. It's beautiful.
We expect to compete with everyone in the league.
This is building right now, and I think we're ready.
The expectations are through the roof. Makes everybody better.
He really does. That is the greatness of Aaron Rodgers.
That quarterback's pretty good, buddy.
Day in the sun, I'll take you back to New York City.
That Super Bowl III trophy is looking a little lonely.
Is football making me emotional right now? Right? Is that, wow. Is that soundtrack okay?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm getting misty in here. Okay, we are so excited for this first game of the week, but the last game of the week, I'm pumped for it. It is appointment viewing, Bills-Jets. Now that Aaron Rodgers is in the AFC, you look at that division, MJD, is he the best quarterback there?
No question. No question. Are you kidding me? Did you not see the swagger of Aaron Rodgers backpedaling, doing the little Shooter McGavin thing?
He's feeling it.
He's feeling it. He's all over the place. And this is the thing. I know Imrob is going to be upset about this, but it's not about Josh Allen. It's about what Aaron Rodgers did for the Green Bay Packers, bringing them a championship, and what he's done, bringing really the confidence, the swagger, the knowledge, the experience to the New York Jets with a great defense. You heard what Robert Saleh just said. Dang, that quarterback's pretty good. Or he's really good. He's great. Did you not see him talk trash to Jahad Howard out there?
I saw that.
I don't even know who you are.
I know, that was gangster. That was gangster.
Hey, listen.
That was gangster. I like that.
It's the mentality of Aaron Rodgers that really seeps throughout this team, and coaches and players are feeling it. He just has the it factor right now. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, don't have the it factor. I'm not
have
saying
your
that.
answer, bro.
I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is,
I love that you're trying to bait him.
Greatness entered the division. SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs. That is your answer. SpaghettiOs. That's what you say. We're on national TV. That's what you're going to say?
For your Bills. SpaghettiOs.
Well,
what are y'all about to do about that?
I mean, maybe it's a little bit of for the defense, you know, because Aaron Rodgers, look, I can't.
Von Miller ain't walking through that door.
Could you be quiet? Can I finish talking?
Just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Thanks, man.
Go ahead.
I appreciate that, dog. I'm just saying, look, I have to say Aaron Rodgers, yes, great player. I'm not taking anything away from Aaron Rodgers. The AFC East did get a great quarterback, but I mean, you can't take anything away from the bazooka. I'm talking about Josh Allen for everybody who don't understand what I mean by the bazooka.
Who hasn't seen the show and know that's what he calls it.
He's got a bazooka, man. He can run multiple offenses, whether it's a running offense, a spread offense, a traditional offense,
a winning offense.
And Aaron Rodgers has only one thing that he doesn't have, or two things, an MVP and one Super Bowl. I get it. For all that greatness, he got the same amount of Super Bowls as I do.
And me.
No, as I do. I actually earned mine on the football field.
I did too.
But I got a call from a really good friend of mine today. You know, I did the NBC thing last year. We had a show on yesterday.
Y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah, we're doing our thing, man. We're having this discussion, man. And, you know, I was talked about Nathaniel Hackett. I've been on Nathaniel Hackett's head a lot, man. Like, yo, man, you know, look what happened in Denver, all of those things, man. He was the offensive coordinator when Aaron Rodgers won 2 of his 4 MVPs in Green Bay. But what I forgot to mention on the show was that offense was Matt LaFleur's offense.
It was.
You know, Matt LaFleur was the play caller. So I wonder, in moments of adversity, what happens with that offense when things go wrong? Do they convert and look at Aaron Rodgers for the answers, or do they look for the offensive coordinator? That's all.
It feels like Aaron Rodgers. If you've watched Hard Knocks at all, it feels like Aaron Rodgers.
That's why I'm confident that they're going to do what they need to do, because it's Aaron Rodgers.
1 championship.
Uh-oh, spaghetti.
Oh, well, we'll have a full tune-up on that game.
I got more than y'all.
It's a Sunday game. Guys, are you excited about NFL Game Day morning?
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
This Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, Rich and the whole crew back for another season. Mooch, he's actually sitting down with Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett.
What?
As he prepares to face the Niners, that game is going to be
good, too.
Steelers going to be real good.
Somebody can't make the playoffs.
He's going to sit down with Aaron Rodgers. It's all coming your way at 9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. And we have this game coming up, Jared Goff. Come on now.
Let's go, Jared. Do it for the Ramley, man. We still love you out here.
It's Christmas Eve here. And we are like the Santa tracker. But what is it called? It's starts with an N.
I have no idea.
The people that track Santa.
The National Santa
Trackers. Like a radar, but Nadar or something. Someone can let us know. Anyway.
Tweet us. Let us know.
It's my religion. Mine too. NORAD. Got it. There you go. With the buzzer. All right, we'll have more game day.
NFL Game Day Kickoff is brought to you by Verizon. My plan, the plan for fans.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least 1 heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
I do it big. With the Pizza Hut Big Dinner Box, however you want a dinner, we got you covered. Big time. I do it big. The Big Dinner Box. 2 pizzas, breadsticks, and wings or pasta.
Oh, hello. If you watch football on TV, you need Fubo TV. Get NFL coverage, plus NFL Red Zone on the only live TV streaming service rated #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Try free at FuboTV.com.
The world never stops moving, growing, evolving. It demands energy that evolves with it. Meeting this challenge will take more than one solution and more than a little time. It's the work that makes progress possible. Work that drives us, inspires us to deliver the energy we need today while forging new paths to the future in ways that are affordable, reliable, and ever cleaner. That's energy in progress.
Football season is back. And with the Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
Attention, all students. In this game, there's a position for everybody. We run and we throw.
We jump and we fly.
This game right here is our game. 1, 2, 3.
The ball is back.
Let's get it. Woo! Turn it over now.
The building is rocking.
Super Super Bowl 57 between the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Mahomes floats a pass. Kelsey over the shoulder. Touchdown! Nowhere to go. The ball is loose. He's going to score. Let's go. We need this.
Hurts is going to run and score.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. They're going to throw a quick pass to Tony. He will walk into the end zone. Yeah, he does. Man wide open. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And the Eagles have tied the game at 35.
Could this be you? Mahomes going to scramble. He's at the 40. Bad ankle. 30. One bad ankle.
There's a penalty flag thrown.
Holding.
A 27-yard field goal.
The kick is good. And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
Patrick Mahomes, the ultimate weapon. When things are going bad, he makes good. In fact, he's the only quarterback since 1950 with a winning record in games when his team allows 28-plus points. He's helping the offense and the defense, sometimes even on one foot, it seems. Kurt Warner caught up with Mahomes to find out how he makes the magic.
All right, Patrick, so 2 Super Bowl championships, playing 3 of the last 4. So is there any other way to measure success now other than getting to a Super Bowl?
Kansas City, they are headed to the Super Bowl.
Obviously, you can pull out a lot of great things from every season.
Patrick Mahomes, the incredible Patrick Mahomes.
But at the same time, I think if you're not holding that Lombardi at the end of the year, you don't truly feel like you've succeeded. So I'm just going to try to do whatever I can to give myself a chance to win that game as many times as possible.
One thing that you're known for is your creativity.
He just slings it under his hip.
How do you practice your creativity?
I have the perfect coach. So Coach Reed lets me go out there and practice the underhand passes, all that different type of stuff.
Patrick Mahomes, the magic man.
He lets us help design plays and try stuff out. And if it works, we put it in. If it doesn't, he just scraps it. He doesn't think anything of it. I think he just keeps us creative as an offense and as a team on what are the possibilities to go out there and have success, because he lets you be creative on the football field.
So you and Travis played in the match against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. So obviously you've got a passion for golf. If you could pick your ideal 3 people to add to a foursome to play golf with you, who would it be?
I mean, it's pretty easy for me, the first 2. I mean, you got Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. Those are the first 2 that you have to throw in there. And for me, it's a sneaky pick, but if you know him, it's the right one, and it's Pat Mahomes Sr. My dad is a great time on the golf course. Anyone that's played golf with him knows that, and my dad barely nudged out Travis.
And what would be the one question that you'd have to get answered?
To me, it's all about the drive to be great year in and year out. And I want to hear what made them tick, what made them continue to want to be even better, even when they were at the top for so long. And that's something that I want to continue to do, is get better and better so that I can have a chance at winning Lombardis. And you want to hear from the greats of other sports and how they did it.
You and Travis have an unbelievable rapport on the field. Can you take me off the field and kind of share a story between the 2 of you that represents what you guys do on the field?
One of the stories that I've never actually told anyone the story is that he was a groomsman at my wedding. Coach Kingsbury was at my wedding, and he came up to me, and he was just like, hey, it's amazing to see how Travis seems like he's grown up with all these guys his entire life. Not just with me, with all my friends and everything like that. And that just shows that it's more than just teammates, man. We're family.
Dynasty. When you hear the word, what does it represent to Patrick Mahomes?
I think we have the makings of one, but we have to go out there and prove it.
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise a banner above the National Football League again.
I understand how hard it is. That's why there hasn't been a ton of them over the entirety of football, with a lot of great football teams. We have to continue to strive to be even better this year. And then when I look back at my career, hopefully I can say that we were that dynasty that I truly believe that we could be.
What's it mean to you to play the kickoff game for the NFL?
It's really cool, and I've been a part of 2 of them. I didn't get to play in the first one. I was the backup quarterback then, playing the Texans the year of COVID after we won the Super Bowl. You didn't get the experience of Arrowhead and dropping the banner of the full stadium, and so I'm extremely excited to be in Arrowhead and then play a really, really good football team. I mean, what else could you want as a guy who grew up loving football?
So as it turns out, 2022 was another great year to be Patrick Mahomes. A new child, a new Super Bowl ring, and really just wins on wins. No one was better at winning. Literally, quarterback wins right there. Passing yards, passing touchdowns, offensive yards, offensive touchdowns. He was him, breaking records along the way. So, Mike Robb, when I think of Magic, I think of the mentalist from Hard Knocks this season with the Jets. Come on now. Cool, like, that guy was crazy. But why do you think of Patrick Mahomes when you think of Magic? Who Patrick Mahomes will need even more magic tonight without Travis Kelce.
He does what's necessary to will his team to wins. And that's what you want from your franchise quarterback. I mean, really. And he mentioned Andy Reid and how without Andy Reid, none of this creativity could be possible. Andy Reid does a good job of allowing his players to have input in play design and play creation. That way they take ownership of it. And that's really what you want. MJD, you've been on teams where guys may not have been bought into the scheme because they didn't believe it worked, but when you're a part of designing the plays, I mean, it's like, oh yeah, you put that much more behind it to make sure and guarantee that the play works.
No, I think you're exactly right. It's one quote from Andy Reid. It was against your Buffalo Bills. And the game wasn't, I'm just saying, this is what happened. I'm not attacking, I'm giving context to the quote. And the Bills are up, I think it was like 13 seconds left. Andy Reid says, look, when the time gets grim, be the reaper. And that's what you see him at. When things go wrong and they're not the best, he finds a way. The Texans down 24, finds a way to come back and win. He does it time and time again. It's all about his mentality. And like you said, he's a top-notch player.
And the Magic last year when they traded away Tyreek Hill, won MVP, Super Bowl MVP, record and offensive.
Is that Argentina?
Hello? No, it's Israel.
Israel? Oh, okay. I couldn't see it so far away.
If you're in Tel Aviv, if you're in Haifa, you're in Jerusalem, wherever you are. Hello, Dan. And in Dublin.
Okay,
the Irish. I crush in Ireland. Colleen means girl in Gaelic, guys. So what's up, Kerr? Love it. You know what? Keep them coming in. Tell us where you're watching from. Roger Goodell, he's at the game as well. The
Chris
commissioner
Jones at the game
commissioning as best he can right now for week 1.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately feels like somebody's poking directly on the nerve. I recommend Sensodyne. Sensodyne toothpaste goes inside the tooth and calms the nerve down. And my patients say, you know, doc, it really works.
What's the greatest invention of all time? New hands-free Skechers slip-ins. You just slip in and they're on. It's like they have an invisible built-in shoehorn, so your foot slides into place without bending down or touching your shoes. Then the heel pillow technology keeps your foot comfy and secure. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins.
You inspired the Lexus ES to be, well, more you. So thank you. We hope you like your work.
Let's get locked in. This moment, this season, this for us. We see the game differently. We play the game differently. With every yard gain, every sacrifice, and every barrier we break, we move the game forward. And when that happens, nothing can hold us back.
At Domino's, our newest stuffed cheesy bread is loaded with pepperoni. Frankly, we're kind of embarrassed we didn't think of adding pepperoni sooner. But better late than never? Try irresistible new pepperoni stuffed cheesy bread. It's the perfect mouth-watering side for pepperoni lovers. Only at Domino's.
Football is back, and our game day crew gets you ready for every Week 1 matchup.
Let's get this party started.
And Kenny Pickett reveals the keys to his sophomore season.
What a catch! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
On the CW.
Let's go!
The show the pros watch is now for everyone.
The pass rush is what we want.
Inside the NFL, this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
You got me.
Tag. You're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who pay attention to every little detail. The ones who fuss, tinker, and sweat the small stuff. Because you know the tiniest thing can make the biggest difference when it comes to keeping business moving. We get it. We're the same way, offering access to product experts to help you quickly and easily find what you need. So whatever your industry, you know you're always getting professional-grade products. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back here on Game Day Kickoff. Oh, look at the wheels on Amon-Ra St. Brown, Rob. I mean, he's got to have a good start to the season, especially with no Jameson Williams to start the year.
Yeah, I think he will. The Sun God, as we like to call him, right? I love that name. But this guy is excellent at separating at the top of his route. He had over 1,000 receiving yards with 6 receiving touchdowns last year. This guy rules the slot in between the numbers, and it takes a very bright guy to be able to enter the defense from different angles and all of those things. But this dude is an expert in route running. He understands how to get open.
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson here. Look at this. As a rookie, 9.5 sacks, 15 quarterback hits. They are excited about what he can bring off the edge to help this secondary. You have 2 new tackles with the Chiefs. Yep. They will be tested tonight. Aiden Hutchinson will be ready to go.
I can't wait to see him. Also, Jared Goff, I mean, it's unbelievable. He hasn't thrown a pick in 324 passes. That's the longest streak in the NFL. And Rob, when you talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown being the sun god, it just reminds me of Jared Goff talking about where the sun rises. And now he knows. And now he has the sun god on his team. So that can only mean good things.
I know that's right. Well, with Travis Kelce being, officially inactive tonight, this kid right here, Isaiah Pacheco, he's going to have to get the ball early and often. I like to call him Passion Pacheco, because when he gets the football, the defense stands up, and this guy has the ability to take the will of opposing defenses. He should have a big night.
Passion Pacheco. We will be talking about him on the post-game show, no doubt about it. We're getting closer to kickoff between the Lions and the Chiefs. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more to come here on NFL Network.
With NFL Red Zone,
here we go.
You get every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
We were built for days like today.
Go to NFL.com/redzone and get it now.
Okay, everybody, we're going to need something for the international games.
Maybe I can reintroduce myself as Jalen Ramstein.
I like that.
And you can wear lederhosen. I look good in lederhosen.
Old Trapper Beefs, camping catastrophes.
So the kids want to go camping again.
Well,
Yeah, let's go camping. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Jameson, the smooth, triple-distilled whiskey, knows when people...
Guess you really had to be there.
just get you. That's when this spark just happens. So pull up a chair. There's always a seat for you at the table. Jameson, widen the circle.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Earn 2% cash back on what you want, like a lightweight road bike, clip-in shoes, and a moisture-wicking jersey.
What? Is it too much?
And 2% cash back on what you need.
What?
I think you missed a spot.
Is it bad?
It's not good.
The Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. That's real life ready. The world never stops moving, growing, evolving. It demands energy that evolves with it. Meeting this challenge will take more than one solution and more than a little time. It's the work that makes progress possible. Work that drives us, inspires us to deliver the energy we need today while forging new paths to the future in ways that are affordable, reliable, and ever cleaner. That's energy in progress.
Having health insurance is important. So if anyone in your family has Medicaid or CHIP, listen up. Check the mail for your renewal form. Complete the form. And mail it back right away so you don't lose your coverage. If you do lose your coverage, visit healthcare.gov to see if you're eligible to enroll in a low-cost, quality health plan. Healthcare.gov.
Yeah, with Metro, there's no contracts, no price hikes, no surprises. There's not a yada yada.
Yada yada.
Contract yada yada.
Price hike yada yada.
Not a yada yada means wireless without the gotcha. Only at Metro.
It's a perfect night to begin the NFL season. The food has been barbecued. The face paint has been applied perfectly. The beer has been chugged. And here we are. It's time to see what this season will bring. Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes coming off a perfect end to their season with a Super Bowl 57 win and a chance to repeat starting tonight. And the Lions and Jared Goff finished the year by bouncing the Packers from playoff contention in Aaron Rodgers' final game as a Packer, and they'll play the Chiefs tonight.
Believe that you're ready to go out there and dominate. Let's go now. Let's go. Once we get going, ain't no stopping us. 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 I don't know if they won't start with us. Once we get going, ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. Ain't nobody stopping us. We're Super Bowl champs, baby. Let's go.
Wow. I don't know. It's finally here. They couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know, could you guys sleep last night? It's exciting.
I slept like a baby.
You did?
I slept good. Well rested.
On now. Welcome in. It's a brand new season, everybody. Game day kickoff presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Colleen Wolfe with Michael Robinson, Maurice Jones-Drew. We'll have Steve Smith Sr. and Mike Garafolo back with us starting next week. So it's very exciting, all of it.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
No?
Yes.
Week one, our first Thursday together. Now, it's not very exciting for Chiefs fans who are now dealing with the news that their all-pro tight end, Travis Kelce, is officially inactive.
Did you see that
tonight. Yes,
We don't get to see that tonight?
No, not tonight, bro.
No.
Not tonight.
Not the high step?
I know.
Not tonight.
I hate it. I don't
Not
like
the toe drag swag?
I don't like it, but I do understand because, I mean, you want this guy for the long haul. You know,
Yeah, it's not like we're in the playoffs right now, guys. Long season.
It's the first
Let's
game
chill.
of the season, so I get why. But to me, it's the timing of it. Like a couple days before the first game, you know, game plans are in. To me, it has to be something that's difficult for this offense to deal with so early and so late to the game.
Yeah, you know what? I think if anyone's suited to handle this, there's two coaches, Bill Belichick and Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid always has a plan. He's always ready to go. He understands how to adapt in game. So you give me 2 days to adapt to it, I got a chance.
This all happened on Tuesday. He hyperextended his knee, dealing with a bone bruise. But the good news is the Chiefs now have extra time since they're playing on this Thursday of week one for him to get back and be ready for week two. And the last time we saw Travis Kelce, he was playing in this game.
Mahomes looks a pass near side. Kelce over the shoulder. He's got the touchdown. And the ball's out. The Chiefs defense gets an incredible touchdown. Quick pass to Tony. He will walk into the end zone. The first lead of the game. Wide open Sky Moore. Touchdown. Kansas City. Don't underestimate how tough Patrick Mahomes is. 26-yard scramble. 11 seconds left. 35-35 tie. The kick is good. For the second time in 4 seasons, the Lombardi Trophy has a big red reflection. The Chiefs are champions of Super Bowl 57.
The Chiefs in full run-it-back mode, trying to do what hasn't been done in quite some time. Only 4 times have we witnessed back-to-back Super Bowl champs, and not since the 03-04 Patriots has it been done. Broncos, Cowboys, Niners also in the club. And the Chiefs, they would like a table with bottle service, quite frankly. So, Mike Rob, at this point, we've become so used to seeing the Chiefs play in the Super Bowl. 2 of the last 4, they played in the last 3. I mean, they won 2 of the last 4, played in the last 3. So let's get the prediction now. Will they get into the Super Bowl repeat club?
Oh, man. Well, you know, I think statistically, when you look at it, I mean, especially over the last few years, you got to give them a shot at it.
You got to put their name in the hat, right?
You got to put them in the hat, right?
Yeah.
And to me, it's Andy Reid. He's such a coaching marvel, right? You know, early on with Patrick Mahomes, you had a Tyreek Hill.
Hey, what
all
are you
that
doing?
speed.
The question is, do you think they'll make the Super Bowl? You're doing all this talking around it.
Man, what?
Listen, do you
I don't want to answer the question
Why not?
directly,
Just answer,
bro.
That's the question.
No. How about that then? I'm going with the Bills. They're going to represent the AFC.
The Bills?
To represent the AFC. But what I'm trying to say is you got to always put Kansas City in the hat. That's what I was getting at, man.
I appreciate that. You know, you talk a lot about the universe here, and there's a thing called balance. And I want the Buffalo Bills to understand, It's not that I hate them.
Yes, it is.
It is not that.
You should see our text thread.
You talk so much
about
the Bills that I have to balance it out a little bit and say, no, it can't be the Buffalo Bills. And the reason being is, until someone beats the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to say they're going to go back. They beat, Colleen, you're the Eagles fan, love you to death. They've had the best roster in football. This is the second year in a row they've had the best roster in football, and yet that man right there beat him in the Super Bowl. That's true. Him and Travis Kelce, that defense showed up and made some plays.
I'm trying to get over it, guys.
I'm sorry. I should have brought it back up.
I feel like I've had a lot of growth over the offseason.
You have. And look, all these guys jump into the AFC. We want a piece of Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers comes over. All of a sudden, all this stuff. Look, until you beat Patrick Mahomes and them, I don't think you can say any other team but the Chiefs go back. And we've talked about it. 5 AFC championship games since Patrick Mahomes.
Aaron Rodgers is in the AFC now.
I heard. Yeah, you're right. He is. But
you just
hold on. He's been the #1 seed 5 years in a row. Hasn't had a road playoff game. Until someone stops that, who am I to say no?
It just blows my mind that he has experienced so much success at such a young age, and it just doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
Andy Reid did it the right way. I mean, he sat for a year. He learned everything. And then he came in taking ownership of the offense. That's the way you develop a quarterback.
Okay, we spend so much time, though, loving up on the Chiefs offense. Let's flip it around to Jared Goff and this Lions offense, because they were cruising last year. Goff led the NFL with a 29-7 passing to touchdown to interception ratio, a career best for him. His 15 passing touchdowns and 0 interceptions from weeks 10 to 18.
Is that for real?
Baller. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's real.
I had to reread that so many different times because they had such a great second half to the season, and a lot of that was because of Jared Goff. He's thrown 324 passes without interception, the longest active streak in the NFL, in the league by at least 200 attempts. I mean, the evidence is right there. The receipts are all over the field. And the Lions, they brought in some help for Jared Goff, too, in the offseason. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, who we've talked about quite often on this show already. 12th overall, signed former Bears running back David Montgomery to a 3-year deal. And they drafted their new tight end, Sam Laporta, out of Iowa, who the Iowa tight ends...
They let one go and got a new one.
Exactly. So, Mike Robb, do the Lions have enough firepower and playmakers to keep up with the Chiefs tonight?
Absolutely.
Especially now that they're playing without Travis Kelce.
Absolutely they do. I mean, you just put up that stat. The guy threw 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions over the last 8 or 9 weeks of the season. Jared Goff is a quarterback in this league that can will his team to a win. I never thought a few years ago that I would be saying that, right? They run a balanced offense. They want to hit you in the mouth up front with that offensive line with the run game and then be explosive in the play action. This kid, Jahmyr Gibbs, though, their first-round running back pick, to me, I believe he can be special in this league. I believe he can go 1,000 and 1,000. 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, and he can be completely matched up in the passing game, and they can lean on that matchup, right? They can put him out wide and just lean on the fact that he's going to beat whoever is covering him on the defensive side of the ball.
I think you have to give credit to the Detroit Lions on how they kind of developed this team and formed this team, right? Yeah. Drafting Penei Sewell to go instead of going with a receiver. You do.
Go to bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially in a season-opening game. He's never lost as the starter. It's kind of crazy. A perfect 9-0 record going all the way back to Texas Tech and even high school for him. This guy's a winner. He's one of 2 NFL quarterbacks with at least 5 Week 1 starts to go undefeated. The other, Hall of Famer Roger Staubach. Speaking of Hall of Famers, let's welcome in Kurt Warner. I know that he wants to weigh in on this. Kurt, the numbers, they're just absolutely absurd for Patrick Mahomes in opening games. 5-0 in his career with the Chiefs alone. Does he make it 6-0 tonight?
Colleen, I think he does make it 6-0. And I know we continue to look for reasons for Patrick Mahomes not to be Patrick Mahomes. You lose Tyreek Hill, he won't be the same. You lose your offensive tackles, you won't be the same. Well, no Travis Kelce tonight. Oh, this is the time he's not going to be the Patrick Mahomes that we've come to know. I expect Patrick Mahomes to always be Patrick Mahomes, to be in control, to lead this team, and to give his team a chance to win, even when things might be stacked against him a little bit. I expect him to come out and play well, and I do expect them to get a win.
Hey, Kurt, will Jared Goff build